Today we're going to summary the bestseller book by Delia Owens, Where the Crawdads Sing. Summary. The story is told in numerous flashbacks and flash-forwards, and it doesn't reflect the structure underneath in total. That is on the grounds that in the novel the years aren't really the titles of the sections. All things considered, the majority of the parts incorporate the time of the occasions depicted in them. For our outline, since all things considered, it is a synopsis, we assembled the sections by year. Ideally, in mix with the guide, this will enable you to pursue the story better. Let's start. Section 1. 1969. The book starts with an excellent two-section depiction of a bog, combined with a clarification of what is the distinction among it and a marsh. Bog isn't a marsh. Bog is a space of light, where grass develops in water, and water streams into the sky. Slow-moving rivers meander, conveying the sphere of the sun with them to the ocean, and long-legged feathered creatures lift with sudden effortlessness, just as not worked to fly, against the thunder of 1,000 snow geese. At that point inside the bog, to a great extent, genuine marsh creeps into low-lying swamps, covered up in moist woods. Marsh water is still and dim, having gulped the light in its sloppy throat. Indeed, even nightcrawlers are diurnal in this sanctuary. There are sounds, obviously, yet contrasted with the bog is peaceful on the grounds that disintegration is cell work. Life rots and smells and comes back to the decayed duff, a strong flounder of death conceiving life. On the morning of October 30, 1969 we are all of a sudden educated, and our blood is chilled deep down. The collection of somebody named Chase Andrews was seen in the bogs, close to the fire tower, by two young men riding their bicycles in the region. 1952. We go 17 years back so as to watch the 6-year-old Kya Clark, really Catherine Danielle Clark, racing to the yard just with the goal that she can see her ma leaving her and her family in a long dark skirt, gaiter heels, a blue train case in her grasp. Dad, a World War II veteran with an inability, is an injurious drunkard. Along these lines, it's no big surprise that after the trip of Ma, the majority of Kya's kin, Murphy, Missy, Mandy, and Jody, leave too. Before excessively long, Kya and Pa are the main ones remaining in the fairly separated shack raised in the region of Barkley Cove. Since Pa isn't that keen on dealing with Kya, in any event not in the typical way, Kya goes to class for close to one single day. The issue? She scarcely resembles a human kid, helping her classmates substantially more to remember a wild child, unequipped for bearing the giggles and disdain of her classmates. Kya leaves school uneducated and unkempt, to stay away for the indefinite future to it once more. Despite the fact that a youngster, Kya is quite free and confident. In any case, at some point, after she takes her dad's vessel, she loses all sense of direction in the tidal pond. Luckily, a kid from the town named Tate Walker, 4 years her senior, sees her and causes her. Wanting to see Tate once more, Kya requests to go angling with her dad, and everything's decent for some time. Be that as it may, at that point, a letter from her mom shows up. Kya's pa consumes it and, as far back as at that point, staunchly will not take Kya out to angling once more. 1969. In 1969, we gain proficiency with some more insights regarding the demise of Chase Andrews. A previous star quarterback, working at his parents' store Western Auto at the hour of his demise, Chase Andrews was, as you would just expect after such a depiction, an entirely attractive person who had his way with the women of Barkley Cove. He was additionally drawn in, however. Hello, we're not here to pass judgment, all we know now is that we're managing one more scene of the show. In case you need to lay down with the fishes, abstain from laying down with the chicks. In the wake of being cautioned by the two young men we referenced above, the 10-year-old Benji and Steve, the sheriff finds hints of red fleece strands at the scene. There are no fingerprints. 1956. Kya is 10 out of 1956. At some point, her pa leaves the shack and doesn't return. Knowing very well indeed that she'll be removed by social administrations except if she imagines that her dad is still near, she does only that. So as to gain cash, she starts gathering mussels and starts selling these to a person nicknamed Jumpin'. Jumpin', who has a lure and gas shop close by, before long understands that Kya is in a difficult situation. Thus, he requests some assistance from his significant other Mabel, who prepares the network, gathering gifts at the congregation and exchanging them for Kya's fish. What's more, Mabel educates Kya how to garden and gives her a few seeds with the goal that she can begin cultivating. 1960. 4 years pass and Barkley Cove is loaded up with bits of gossip about a specific Marsh Girl, Kya, who has figured out how to live well in isolation by accidentally strengthens them, since she is always sequestered from everything. From the social administrations, yet in addition to the children striking into her entryway and tricking her the manner in which they did on her sole day at school. Meanwhile, Kya has likewise aced the specialty of gathering, admirably, everything. At some point, a kid leaves a heron quill on a tree stump in the bog. Before excessively long, Kya starts speaking with him through plumes. Before long enough, she learns of his personality. It's none other than the main warm individual she has ever met, Tate. Tate not just gives Kya numerous helpful things, sparkle plug, seeds, and so on, however he likewise instructs her to peruse. What's more, when their gatherings alert the social administrations, he additionally proposes to her that she leaves the shack and go where the Crawdads sing. What do ya mean, where the Crawdads sing? Mama used to state that. Kya recalled Ma continually reassuring her to investigate the swamp, go the extent that you can, in the distance where the Crawdads sing. Tate stated, just means far in the shrub where critters are wild, as yet carrying on like critters. Kya is 14 years of age in 1960 and is extremely excellent. At some point, as Tate discusses his more youthful sister and his mom who passed on in an auto accident, the two kiss. The sentiment goes on for some time, however Tate needs to leave for school. He discloses to Kya that he'll be back for her in a month. Be that as it may, he's definitely not. Crushed, Kya proceeds onward. Section 2. 1965. By 1965, another person really likes Kya. What's more, that person is who else if not Chase Andrews, the one with whose dead body we began our adventure. Pursue welcomes Kya on an excursion date, yet he's simply excessively explicitly forceful for Kya to acknowledge his advances, so she keeps running off. In any case, Chase is obstinate and keeps on pursuing Kya, in any event, taking her to the fire tower beside which his body had been found. At last, he gets the young lady. To make matters progressively convoluted, meanwhile, Tate, presently a 23-year-old alumni, returns for Kya. We discover that he really did likewise 5 years back, however that he supported off at the last moment, understanding that Kya didn't fit in with his reality. In any case, his new acknowledgement, in particular, this was a genuine error, comes a piece past the point of no return. In the wake of returning from Chapel Hill, he discovers that Kya is with Chase now. In addition to other things, Kya gives Chase a piece of shell jewelry made by her. Chase vows to cherish it as long as he lives. 1969. Pursues mom, Patty, uncovers to the police that, actually, he did only that. Chase had Kya's shell accessory on him consistently, each and every day. Be that as it may, the coroner uncovers that it was not found on the body, making Kya a suspect, particularly after one man makes reference to that he had seen her in the region the evening of Chase's homicide. The police get a court order for her home. Lamentably, inside they locate a red fleece cap. 1966 to 1968. How about we spread the break time frame between Chase charming Kya, Tate coming back from Chapel Hill and the occasions paving the way to the homicide of Chase. A couple of years before the exact opposite thing occurred, Chase had asked Kya's turn in marriage. Before long, Kya was visited by Tate, who needed, to apologize and account for himself. In any case, during that visit, Tate saw Kya's inclination outlines and offered to help her discover a distributor. Consequently, he did only that, and Kya had her first book distributed. Meanwhile, she additionally finds an unsavory truth, to be specific, that Chase is as yet a women's man and most likely locked in. In 1968, another noteworthy thing occurs. Jody, Kya's sibling, comes back to Barkley Cove. Despite the fact that her last locating of him was the point at which she was scarcely a 6-year-old youngster, Kya remembers him because of a scar all over, paw work, obviously. Jody returns in the wake of chancing upon Kya's book. He discloses to her that their mom is dead, having kicked the bucket 2 years before his arrival. 1969. Kya is captured not long after Chase Andrews' homicide. All the proof focuses to her, and the way that Chase took a stab at assaulting Kya a month prior to his passing gives her a reasonable rationale. 2 months in the wake of being placed in prison, the preliminary of Kya starts. After her distributor affirms that he ate with her the evening of the homicide, she is at long last seen not as liable, and Chase's homicide is ruled a mishap. Be that as it may, the preliminary leaves Kya frustrated with the city. Tate is the just one really thinking about her and visiting her in prison. Kya understands that Tate was the one from the beginning and that she too had committed an error. The miserable news about the demise of Tate's dad reunites the two, and they start a coexistence. Where the Crawdads sing epilogue. Obviously, this isn't a fantasy, so Tate and Kya don't have the advantage of living joyfully ever after. In any case, they do stay together for the following 4 decades when Kya passes away, matured 64, at the estate of Tate. Her tombstone is engraved accordingly, the Marsh Girl. After Kya's passing, Tate glances through her assets and goes over a concealed compartment loaded up with numerous ballads marked Amanda Hamilton, a famous neighborhood artist. Among them, there's one describing the murder of Chase, and, inside it, Tate finds Chase's missing shell necklace. Amanda Hamilton was actually Kya's pseudonym, and Chase's murderer was none other than her. Tate drops the necklace in the ocean and burns all of Kya's poems, deciding to bury the secret with him. Like this summary? We'd like to invite you to apply now at the link below this video. Thank you for watching this short clip. If you like, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell. Bye for now and wishing you have a great day. See you again soon.